No one can make you fail without your permission. Life is a risk. The risk you are able to take to achieve your goals is what will determine the value that will return back to you monetarily. You're welcome to today's episode. Creating wealth for the 21st century is our subject. A great man said, no one can make you fail without your permission. I'm going to be sharing a story before I move into today's broadcast. A very rich man who owns several estates decided to give his daughter's hand in marriage, and he sent for all the young men in the city to come to him. And when the young men gathered, saying he's going to give them his daughter and also hand them over a check of $1 million for whoever wins the contest. So all the brilliant, strong, brave men came to this man's mansion in his estate. And the man gathered them and said, "You're all welcome for this very opportunity." And all of a sudden, he took them to his pool, which is as large as an Olympic stadium. So when he got to the pool, he pulled out fresh meat and began to drop into the pool. When he dropped into the pool, the alligators began to come out of the pool and then began to fight for those meat. So all the young men were watching the man, wondering what the man is about to say. All of a sudden, the man said, "Any of you here who can get into the pool, which is so large, like an Olympic stadium. So if you can enter that pool and swim to the end of the pool, my daughter will become your wife today, and I'm going to give you $1 million as a reward." What a juicy offer. So they began to look at the man with anger, that you are such a wicked man. You are a murderer. How do you tell us to go into the pool? So while they were arguing and speaking to the man, they noticed a sound like a flap with a splash on their faces. And they discovered that a man has dived into the pool and was already swimming, gasping for air, moving straight to the end of the pool. And finally, the man succeeded and came out of the pool. The father of the girl was surprised and said, "I didn't know somebody would be able to do this task." Wow. He took the man and said, "Young man, come. You have won this contest already. Come and take your check of $1 million, and then I'm going to give you my daughter as a wife. You're a brave man." And the young man stood and said, "Keep your check and keep your daughter. I'm not interested in any of those. I want to know who pushed me into the pool." Now, it doesn't matter if the young man did not prepare to enter the pool to get that prize. He was pushed into the pool and he had to fight for his life. So he was not fighting for his wealth. He was fighting for his life. I tell people that life is a risk. The risk you are able to take to achieve your goals is what will determine the value that will return back to you monetarily. So that young man got those gifts, but he didn't plan for it. What does it say to you? If you can pay the price to discover your purpose and maximize your purpose, the world is ready to celebrate you and give you any reward that you deserve. So take that risk. Sometimes somebody will need to push you, and I believe this video is going to push you to become a better person today and a better person tomorrow for your family and for yourself and your generation as a whole. When we talk about wealth creation, it means that wealth has to be created. That means it requires a creator. So for every creation, there must be a creator. We are going to be looking at the steps to wealth creation. Number one, uncover your talents and your giftings. Uncover your potential. Many people are moving through life as vagabonds because they've not discovered what makes them stand out. When you look at the fingerprints of everybody, nobody has the same fingerprints. The Creator created everybody with unique potentials and what makes them different from everybody around them. Your gold is tied to your giftings. Your treasure is tied to your talent. Your profiting is tied to your potential. What are you doing about your potential today? How are you maximizing the giftings that is embedded inside of you? Have you noticed that you love singing? What have you done to make your voice better? You know, what people don't understand is that the fact that you are gifted doesn't mean you don't have to work. There is a lot of work you need to do to harness your giftings. And one of my greatest potential is to help people discover their potential, discover their purpose, maximize it for greatness. There is greatness inside of you. If you're watching this video right now, I want you to know that there is greatness inside of you. Uncover your talent. Search within and list out in paper the things that makes you unique on the earth. What makes you stand out? What makes you different from everybody around you? What makes you different from, or what makes your company different from other companies that are available? That is your unique potential and your unique talent. There are people that relay their messages through song. It's not everybody that is called to speak to people. There are people called to release an information to a nation through music. And then these persons feel they want to advise their generation, they want to help maximize the potential of the generation, and they want to do it through spoken words. But their giftings and their makers created them to disseminate that information through singing. That makes them stand out from the person that is speaking. What is your gift?